Krishna Hare Krishna. Molto bene. Sì, grazie. Very nice. Ce l'avevo, ma vabbè, dai, prendiamo il libro. Allora, yes. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 22nd chapter, verse 55. First, we chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I have the phone, but I will get the book. Gopitaya Jagat Srishte Kaleshveshve Chutatmakaha Manovag Vrittibi Somyaer Gune Samranjayan Praja Gopitaya Jagat Srishte Kaleshveshve Chutatmakaha Manovag Vrittibihi Somyaer Gune Samranjaya Prajaha Gopitaya Jagat Srishte Kaleshveshve Chutatmakaha Manovag Vrittibihi Somyer Gune Samrajayan Prajaham. Please. Gopi Jaya Jagat Srishte Kaleshveshve Chutatmakaha Manovag Vrittibihi Somyer Gune Samrajayan Prajan Gopitaya Jagat Srishte Kaleshveshve Chutatmakaha Manovag Vrittibihi Somyer Gune Sambrajanam Prajaham. Gopitaya Jagashriste Kaleshveshvechutatmakaha Manovdagvriktivisomnye Gune samrajayam prajaha Gopitaya jagasrishte Kaleshveshvechutatmakaha Manovakvrittibhisomnye Gunesamranjayan prajaha Gopitaya jagatshishte Kaleshveshvechutatmakaha Manovakvrittibhisomnye Gune samrajayam prajaha. Thank you. Word for word. Gopitaya for the protection of Jagat Shrishte of the Supreme Creator. Kale in due course of time. Svesve own. Achyuta Atmakaha being Krishna conscious. Manaha mind. Vak words. Sorry, I'm doing the melody. Words. Vrittivihi by occupation. Somyahi very gentle. Gunai by qualification. Samranjayan pleasing. Prajaha the citizens. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Since Maharaj Prithu was a perfect devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he wanted to protect the Lord's creation by pleasing the various citizens according to their various desires. Therefore, Prithu Maharaj used to please them in all respects by his words, mentality, works, and gentle behavior. Purport. As will be explained in the next verse, Prithu Maharaj used to please all kinds of citizens by his extraordinary capacity to understand the mentality of others. Indeed, his dealings were so perfect that every one of the citizens was very much satisfied and lived in complete peace. The word Achyutatmakaha is significant in this verse. For Maharaj Prithu used to rule this planet as the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He knew that he was the representative of the Lord and that the Lord's creation must be protected intelligently. Atheists cannot understand the purpose behind the creation. Although this material world is condemned, when it is compared to the spiritual world, there is still some purpose behind it. Modern scientists and philosophers cannot understand that purpose, nor do they believe in the existence of a creator. They try to establish everything by their so-called scientific research, but they do not center anything around the Supreme Creator. A devotee, however, can understand the purpose of creation, which is to give facilities to the individual living entities who want to lord it over material nature. The ruler of this planet should therefore know that all the inhabitants, especially human beings, have come to this material world for sense enjoyment. It is therefore the duty of the ruler to satisfy them in their sense enjoyment, as well as to elevate them to Krishna consciousness, so that they all can ultimately return home back to Godhead. With this idea in mind, the king or government head should rule the world. In this way, everyone will be satisfied. How can this be accomplished? There are many examples, like Prithu Maharaj, and the history of his regency on this planet is elaborately described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Even in this fallen age, if the rulers, governors, and presidents take advantage of Prithu Maharaj's examples, there will certainly be a reign of peace and prosperity throughout the world. Joy. So we recite the prayers of the introduction of Bhagavad Gita to thank our spiritual master. So for the spiritual master. Homa Yajna timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Shva Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Prihe Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you so much for being here. So let's read again the translation of this verse. Since Maharaj Prithu was a perfect devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he wanted to protect the Lord's creation by pleasing the various citizens according to their various desires. Therefore, Prithu Maharaj used to please them in all respects, by his words, mentality, works, and gentle behavior. Okay. Okay, so this verse is in this amazing chapter. You remember the name of the chapter? is meeting somebody, Prithu Maharaj. Very nice, thank you. Is meeting is meeting the four Kumaras in particular because he has already seen some personalities, amazing personalities. And do you remember what? Yes, what Prithu Maharaj mainly asks them is very, very wise because he invites them, of course, offers obeisances, takes care of them in all respects. You remember what he asks? Yeah. No, okay, no problem. We will see it. Yes, it's on text 13 and 15 in particular. He asks about the persons entangled in this dangerous material existence because of their previous actions. And he asks, could such persons whose only aim is sense gratification be blessed with any good fortune? Isn't it a good question? Yeah. Very, very kind of Maharaj Prithu to ask this. And then he asks how, also, that's text 15, how in this material world we can very soon achieve the ultimate goal of life. Yes, so we see from the verse we read today that Maharaj Prithu was really, it was actually the model, the exemplary ruler in this sense, because he really wanted to protect his citizens. Even he wanted to please them in all respects. And that had, of course, the goal, the aim of, like we read in the inquiry, of helping them, getting disentangled. I don't know if you say it in English, but get away, from the entanglement of this material world. Yes. And then Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport. Okay, what else can we say? So yes, let's have a look at the purport. Actually, when I read the purport, I was immediately thinking about the verse of Bhagavad Gita, that this chapter is really explaining the glories of Prithu Maharaj. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna famously says, this is from, I can actually get it from the book, why not? Yes, it's chapter 3, verse 21. You remember it, Mariana? I don't remember it by heart. We can read it, why not? It's a very famous verse that describes the perfect ruler. Yajyada charati shreshtas tat tad evetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastad anuvartate. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. And whatever standards he set by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. Very nice. So this is what Prithu Maharaj was, he really embodies, this concept of being exemplary ruler. And Srila Prabhupada, let's have a look at the purport. He says, of course, in the next verse, he will speak more in detail. He says, all will be explained in the next verse. It was pleasing them, all the citizens, imagine, any single citizen, because he had this extraordinary capacity to understand the mentality of others. this is definitely a great gift. And yes, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about some of our amazing leaders that, indeed, they understand the mentality of others, because they definitely worked on themselves first, so they understand themselves very well. And in this way, they can see also, they can be exemplary in this, that their work can be applied also in helping others. Yeah. His dealings were so perfect that every one of the citizens was very much satisfied and lived in complete peace. Yeah. Let's imagine that. I mean, every single citizen in complete peace. Yeah. Now we are in Kali Yuga, of course. It's not seen. We don't see that very often, definitely. In the purport of the verse I read you in Bhagavad Gita 3:21, Srila Prabhupada speaks about a leader. Yeah, saying people in general always require a leader who can teach the public by practical behavior. Clear, yeah? So it has to be an example. A leader, this is Srila Prabhupada, is saying, a leader cannot teach the public to stop smoking if he himself smokes. Very, very practical, very clear, isn't it? So this is, the complete peace we are talking about in Srimad Bhagavatam, that every citizen felt this very big satisfaction, of course. Then we understand also Prithu Maharaj was really embodying it as an exemplary leader. Yeah, he was very much satisfied and peaceful. Then, because, the Srila Prabhupada points out the word Achyutatmakaha is significant in this verse. Achyuta, you remember what it means? It's one of the names of Krishna, yeah. Infallible, yes, means of infallible. It's translated here as being Krishna conscious, being conscious of the infallible Achyuta, yes. So, because Maharaj Prithu used to rule the planet as the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Indeed, he was a Shakti Avesha avatar. Correct, I think we spoke about it, this, yes. Okay, and he knew that. And then he knew that he had to act intelligently as a real leader. Very nice. Okay, I wanted to carry on with the purport in Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Lord Chaitanya said that a leader should behave properly before he begins teaching. One who teaches in that way is called Acharya, or ideal teacher. Very nice. Therefore, a teacher must follow the principles of Shastra to teach the common man. Yes, so this is another point that really I can see also in this purport in Srimad Bhagavatam, because Srila Prabhupada spoke about the fact that the devotee understands the goal of this world, the aim of this work, the purpose behind the creation, while other people like atheists and modern scientists and philosophers cannot. No, they cannot. They might have an idea, but they don't believe definitely in the existence of a creator. So instead, a person that is deeply studying Shastra, the revealed scriptures, understands and can teach at that point. Srila Prabhupada tells us. Okay, a devotee, says Prabhupada, can understand the purpose of creation. And there is also a purpose that it's kind of, I don't know if this concept is new, but it's nice to, I think I was meditating a little bit on this. The purpose of creation is to give facilities to the individual living entities who want to lord it over material nature. Yes, so basically, then Srila Prabhupada says they want to enjoy. Here it is. This is the material world, and it is here for sense enjoyment. Ah, did you know that? No, okay. Well, yes, I mean, personally, I see a lot of suffering, to be honest with you. But this suffering comes from, not having, our desires fulfilled. But which desires are they? Are they really deep spiritual desires? Myself, I would say most of the time not. No, they're very frivolous desires. And especially the mind is very disturbed always, looking for something new, looking for something like, yeah, let's travel, let's go somewhere. That's me. It's too cold here. Let's go where there's the sun. Like this. So, and then instead, no, let's stay here. This is my duty to stay here. So, like, I don't know if you can relate to the to the situation. But yes, it's like this. We are here because we really wanted to be here at some point. We wanted to act independently, do our thing, yes, I'm gonna look for my happiness, my own personal happiness in this material world. Yeah. And so like this. Well, what else can I say? It's also very interesting, though, that here Srila Prabhupada speaks about the rulers of the world. He says, it is the duty of the ruler to satisfy the citizens in their sense enjoyment, as well as to elevate them to Krishna consciousness. So, okay, so we can see, we also, as citizens, citizens is taken from this beautiful term, praja. Praja is the one that takes shelter. Even Kali, in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, you remember, verse 17, when Kali goes to Maharaj Pariksit, asks for shelter. Yeah, because Pariksit tells him, you cannot stay where there is meat. You cannot stay where there is intoxication. You cannot stay where there is gambling. You cannot stay where there is illicit sex. And Kali was like, okay. In that time, Maharaj Pariksit was ruling the world. There was no such things as this. The world was perfectly peaceful. There were not these, deviations. It was not yet Kali Yuga. And so Kali was like, oh, there's no place for me. Maharaj, where can I go? Please, I want to take shelter. I've taken shelter of you. You have to give me a place where I can stay. I'm your praja. I'm, asking shelter. And so then you remember what happened. Pariksit said, you can go where there is gold, where gold is stored. And Kali was also taking shelter of Maharaj Pariksit. So in this way, we are citizens also, we are asking for shelter. But these days, these governments, I don't know if you are seeing this, but their way of giving shelter is not very much like Maharaj Prithu, of course. Srila Prabhupada says it. And especially there is not the concept of also sanctity of following the spiritual path. They are given maybe a lot of facilities for sense enjoyment. This we can see. But who's giving the citizens facility to follow their spiritual path? That not much, depends, of course. But yeah, let's talk about it if you like, I think, yes, then he says, Srila Prabhupada really encourages, we can say, the rulers of this world to take example from Prithu Maharaj himself and his regency. And if they could, just read Srimad Bhagavatam, why not? And read this part in particular with attention, they will see that, this would help, of course, their government and to attain prosperity and peace. Thank you so much. I think I'm okay. If you have questions, yeah. Yeah, I don't wanna do so long. If you have questions or comments, yes, let's talk about it. Please.
I just noticed it's the same word in the two verses you picked, Shrestha. Bhagavad Gita also says Shrestha.
Say it again, sorry.
Shresti?
Yes.
Shrestha. So these both verses have the same word, which is the ruler.
Aha, very nice. Shrestha.
In Bhagavad Gita.
In Bhagavad Gita, wonderful, thank you for telling me this. Yes, Shreshtas and Shrishte. Here it is. Shreshtaha. In verse chapter 3, verse 21, Srila Prabhupada translates this as a respectable leader. And here in this Srimad Bhagavatam is translated Jagat Shrishte of the Supreme Creator. Of course, Jagat,
the
Supreme.
leader of the world. Jagat is the world, so Shrestha is the leader.
Yes, Shrestha is the leader. Yes. Well, I'm not an expert in Sanskrit, but makes sense. Something else you want to...
I was not surprised, but that this world is made for Sanskritification and the rulers are supposed to provide this for us. So I thought that Sanskritification is not possible because it always leads to frustration because it's temporary and it's from the senses only. And I remember the other day when I forgot the name. Sorry, that we were reading verse Bhagavad Gita 5:22.
Yeah.
Where it says that the intelligent people don't take enjoyment in what has a beginning and an end, basically the senses. So it's a bit. But I also remember that the traditional path of karma, kama, artha, moksha. So I think that's why, kama is there. Like once you have karma, you perform your activities, and then you develop wealth, artha, and then you satisfy your desires, kama, and then you reach liberation, moksha. But then it's just to realize that actually this is temporary, and we should aim for the transcendental. That's my thoughts on this. And then because it says something about weakness of the heart. Yeah. It doesn't say directly, but in other verses it mentions that when we want to lord it over material nature, this is actually weakness of the heart. And so this is our disease.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my thoughts.
Thank you so much for sharing, Mariana. Very deep thoughts, yeah.
Yeah, and because we're talking about leaders, I just remember Maharaj often says, like, everyone is a leader, even, like, maybe we don't have the same scale, but everybody's influencing others in small or big ways. So whenever, we give an example, even, like, it doesn't have to be a leader in politics or a temple commander, or I don't know.
Thank
So
you.
everybody has some influence on, like, by giving an example. Like, I like how Stas always is ready to serve.
Leader in service, of course.
Yeah.
Why not? Yes, but think about the mother, for example. She is leading the child, and she has to provide some sense enjoyment for the child. Child wants to play, child wants to eat. Otherwise, it's difficult to learn, to teach also the child something else than just eating and playing. But you teach through eating and playing, of course. Yeah.
Also, it was in the purport, I think, that the Supreme is, like, not to provide space for spiritual, progress or evolution.
Yes, the leader, yes, he says the duty of the ruler is to satisfy the citizens in sense enjoyment as well as to elevate them to Krishna consciousness. So, there is double rule, in fact, Otherwise, which leader are we talking about? Yeah, there is leader. Thank you very much, Mariana, for your...
Maybe our temple commander.
Yeah, somebody wants to,
I had a similar questions or thought, like in the verse it said that wants to protect the Lord's creation by pleasing the various citizens according to their desires. So I was wondering if you have some realization, if you'd like to share what you thought on that, like how we protect Lord's creation through satisfying the citizens' desires.
This one is... I was a bit puzzled because... but the answer is, for me, it's at the beginning of the purport. Prithu Maharaj pleased all kinds of citizens by his extraordinary capacity to understand the mentality of others. So it's very personal and individual, displeasing the citizens. So for us, we might look at it like, oh, okay, they all need food, they all need shelter, they all need, what else do we need? Food, shelter, facilities to travel. We need, help with the family management. It's normal. These are the basic things. Recreation, thank you, very, very kind of. Yes. So, but actually that's general though. It's a bit general. So the real ruler has to see what's in the mind, what's in the mentality. It means to see the tendency also that the citizens they follow, it's their dharma. Okay, we can say also, what is their dharma, what is their real dharma? If I have citizens, or let's say the ruler, if he has citizens that are inclined to be in the fields, for example, and do agriculture, then he understands, okay, their mentality is, okay, my working day is very important for me. I go out in the fields and do my job of plowing the field, of spreading the seeds. And then at the end of the day, when the sun goes down, I'm tired physically and mentally. I'm very satisfied because I did what I wanted to do. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense, isn't it? Yeah, this nowadays, do we see this? Do we see that the government is expert in understanding the individual tendencies of the citizens? Not so sure. Of course, it's part of our responsibility, our own responsibility, to try to understand ourselves. Yeah, what is our Swadharma? What can be a good occupation for us in a specific time of our life? Of course, this can change. You know, when we are young, a good occupation is study, of course, and studying the scriptures. Why not? But some people might not be so inclined. You know, they might need to do some more practical work. You know, practical learning practically. So, you know, like this. So yeah, it's a big topic. I hope I could answer for what I understood. Brian, what is your understanding also on this?
Thank you. I think already great points. I was thinking that when the citizens can be peaceful, then they have the chance to apply themselves and be thinking of something higher. And then if they instead are just thinking on their concerns about survival kind of needs, then they get they may get disturbed. And also by understanding the mentality. So I see that the contrary, in the sense that when there are so many wars, there are so many aggressive actions and towards the other living entities, also because of inner insatisfaction. So in this way, one can protect the creation because when living entities, like in particular humans, when they are not inside satisfied, then they project it outside, and they may cause conflicts also in that sense.
Thank you. It's a wonderful point. Yes, really, if the leader can help the citizens really cultivate this sense of peace, as we said, is Shanti. Shanti is really the peace, and Santosh is a satisfaction, deep inner satisfaction. You know, a leader that has these qualities, you see really, and the leader that doesn't have this deeper peace and satisfaction will cause trouble. Will cause trouble because it's a strong how can I say, samskara, can we say that? It's a strong conditionment to have a ruler that should be example for the citizens, but if he's not, we have seen it in history. I'm thinking about some examples. Yeah, let's talk about Napoleon, for example. He was not peaceful, no. He was, bless him, I mean, in the history books, he was a very ambitious man, but never satisfied. This deep satisfaction is not distract, you know. He wanted always to conquer something else, some more, you know. He pushed very hard his citizens to conquer, you know. So, like that. And this came from, of course, a revolution that was there before. So, you know, it's a whole, of course, series of events that, you know, makes sense. We understand. Thank you. Yes, please.
I also have a question, but unfortunately not to regarding this topic.
Okay.
But
No problem.
this question came to me yesterday to my mind. Namely, we read every day these 10 offenses, and 8, it's like to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna to be material religiosity offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda, and to chant the holy name inattentively. And I don't understand why it is together.
Hey, that's a very good question, Prabhu. Why it is together? This extract is from. I don't. I have to be honest with you. We have to go to the source. That I will do.
Nectar of Devotion, chapter 8.
Very good. Yes. So let's go there. I will say, and I don't know if you. I don't have an answer.
To chant the holy name inattentively. B. Yes, and A, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna to be material religiosity. So I don't really understand what is the connection between chant inattentively and to see it's like material religiosity.
I see your point. Please, yeah, Mariana.
So it's only by us, like Abi.
Yeah, have a look at the source, you know.
It just was too short, and we can edit to 8 maybe.
Yeah, good point. If we are inattentive, we are not focused, is it? We just think about something else, and then it's very easy to slip into, okay, mechanically chanting or thinking about something else, thinking, okay, it's gonna help me do something else, you know, like chanting. This is actually one of my understanding, that chanting. Of course, there is, you know, I don't know if you experience, but the clarity of the mind is there when we chant. Yeah, when we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one of the effects that we have, our mind is clearer. We are more aware of the things that happen to us. But this is side effect. Okay, we say it's an effect. We are not chanting for this. This is not the goal, at least, yeah? It's helping us being focused, but we don't chant to be focused. We at least this is, you know, it's really the goal to really chant with taste. You chant to focus, no problem. Yeah, you know, it's also important to be honest, I feel, you know. No, okay. But yeah, good. Thank you for this question. I hope it helps. Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, but go deeper in the source if you want, Prabhu, to go. Why not?
Bhakti Shastra.
That's yeah, that's there exactly. Something else? Good, huh? Yeah, go for it, Mariana. Very nice.
Yeah, just reflecting a little bit on the part of being a leader.
Being a leader, yeah, is very important.
To
yes.
reflect more also in how we affect people, and also on different scales. Like it's not just if we are in a position, or like if we're in government, or if we are, I don't know, a teacher, or things that are obvious that you're leader, but also other things that are less obvious, but also. But when we have this position, also to, like it said, to give space for people to like develop spiritual. I don't know if it's the right, not attributes, but to have space for spiritual development or so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you? But I'm curious. Did you have like a personal experience from that you could share with us?
Oh, that I was given space.
No, more like more general, like about this purport. Or...
Yes, of course, being a leader. Yes, I'm.
Because sorry, you are also a teacher.
Horrible. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel very much a teacher. I don't know. I feel like a student more than anything else. And I feel better in that role, let's say. Of course, then at some point, I was given the instruction, yeah, to give class, yeah. Just not to escape, you know, the duty that is there also in somebody that studies at some point, have to teach because you have accumulated knowledge, yeah. So it's it's fair, yeah, that you want to give back, of course, yes. So so it's is it your question more about being a leader or how I experienced the leaders that guided me in my life?
Yeah, I think it's more like because sometimes we read things. Yeah, we have like knowledge as information, but actually, how is it applied through direct experience?
Yeah, that's called realization. Yeah.
Jnana.
Yeah.
And then I remember when you were saying about Napoleon, I had a thought that he was never satisfied, which is presented as a negative quality, but actually it also can be a positive quality if it's used for Krishna. For example,
Very good point.
Srila
Yeah.
Prabhupada was never satisfied.
Very good.
Like his Guru Maharaj, he said, you go out and preach in English. He would be like, okay, I did one disciple, or I wrote one book, or I did one temple, or whatever. But he never stopped. He kept going and going. And then we have 108 temples, or now we have thousands and so on.
Yeah.
So he was never satisfied in serving Krishna and spreading the mission.
Beautiful
And
point.
at the same time, he was also very humble, and he was a very good leader, because in the beginning he was so tolerant that even people were doing nonsense, and he was always like giving them space to be themselves and come in their own pace when they're ready to evolve. Also, when he started preaching in this, I think, matchless gift,
Yes.
he was cooking, he was doing everything by himself, he was cleaning, he was giving class, he was doing kirtan, and he never asked anyone, can you just grab the mop, you know, like anything. But in some point people thought, maybe we should help, maybe we should do something also. So he led, yeah, by example. So he was really a good leader.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
It is our ultimate example. Thank you.
Acharya. As
Our
we
Acharya, yes. Teaching by example.
No, Jagat Acharya.
Yes, thank you so much, Mariana. So yes, very good point. So you've seen already that these qualities like ambition, not being satisfied, you know, can turn into beautiful integration when we use them consciously for a higher purpose, Krishna consciousness. So, you know, it's not that these qualities are good or bad, but it's how they're used, yes, their goal. And today we spoke about Prithu Maharaj. If you like, I will read you just to end a beautiful verse that is like really a meditation. It's from Srimad Bhagavatam. It's the previous chapter, 4th canto, 21st chapter, verse 50, I believe. No, 22:58 actually. No, it's coming. It's coming very, very soon, but we can already think about it. It says, just as rainfall satisfies everyone's desires, Maharaj Prithu used to satisfy everyone. He was like the sea in that no one could understand his depths. And he was like Meru, the king of hills, in the fixity of his purpose. Very nice. Then Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank you so much. I have a question.
Sorry, I just sorry guys, because we have this perfect example of Ram as a ruler. Then why he comes again as Prithu to show again this perfect example of a ruler? So why was?
In every age, we need, yes, a little refreshment, I guess, of concept. No, just paraphrasing, but of course, this Krishna says, in every age, he comes to show again the principles of religion, isn't it? And to get rid of these miscreants. Yes, well said. So yes, it's needed to have in every age, because
Who is in this age?
who is
Perfect ruler in this age.
the perfect ruler in this age? All glories to our temple president. Anyway, I don't know if in the same age we can really understand who's the perfect ruler. I think you see it afterwards, when the age is finished. But yeah, we have the example of Lord Chaitanya in this age. He was the perfect ruler because he is the Lord himself, but he came as a devotee. Wow, isn't it? To show us the perfect example of a devotee. Okay. Slicing. You like? Thank you so much. I find it very inspiring, and I love that there was an interactive discussion. So again, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.